Hi there, this is SquareCells puzzle 21. Now this is a 10 times 10 squares puzzle, and we can start looking at this line. We need a 4, 1 and 2. This has to be a part of the 4. If the 4 is here and 1, if these two are part of the 4, then we have a space and then a 1. There's no room for a 1 and 2, so this has to be a part of the 4, this has to be a part of the 1, and this has to be a part of the 2. So the 1 we can disconnect to the sides, and we have the 4 here. And then the 2 has to be within these 3. In this column we need 3 and 1. We cannot have 3 here, so we delete this one. We can have 3 here and then a space and then a 1. Or this could be a part of the 3 and then a space and then a 1. So we don't really know about this one. So what about this line, by the way? Could we have a 1, space, a 2, space? So at least we have a 1 before this. This has to be at least the 2. Let's see in the other direction. If we have a 1 here, we can have a space and a 1. We could have 1 here, a space, a 1. 1. We cannot have 1 and then a 2. Then we include this. So we have, this has to be a part of the 2. So we have 1 here. Then this is a part of 2. We disconnect it to the 1. Disconnect it, and then there will be 1 here. So a 2 here somewhere. It has to be here then. Yeah, so 1 here. 1 here, 2 here, and 1 here somewhere. In this line we have 2, 1, 1. This has to be the 2. And this has to be a 1, so we disconnect it to the sides. In this line we have a 3. What about a space 1? Space 1, space 1. Okay, so it seems we have 1 here, space 1, 1, 3. So we have these 3 or these 3, but at least these 2. Okay, here in this column we need 2 and 3. This must be a part of the 2. It could be this one or this one. And this has to be a 3, so it could be this one and this one, so we can delete all the rest. That's this one, and this one. In this line, we need 1, 3, 1, 1. We cannot have 1 and 3 before this one. We can have a 1 before this one. If this is the first one, could we have 3 and 1? No, so this has to be a part of the 3. So we could have a 1, space, 3, space, 1, and then 1. So let's say 1, 3, space, 1. So this has to be the last one. So this has to be a part of the tree. Yes. The The tree cannot be these three. It can be these three, and it can't be these three. We don't know that yet. Good. And this column we can have 2, 2, 1, 2 space 2. Yeah. So the 1 has to be down here. The 2 has to be here somewhere. So okay, so the 2 here could be these 2 or these 2. If it's these 2, the space, and it's these 2. If it's these 2, it could be anything like these 2 or these 2. But at least this one. This column, we need 2, 3, 1. This has to be a part of the 2. 3 and 1. There are many possibilities. This one has to be a part of the 3. This has to be part of 1 and 1. So we can mark them and disconnect them. And there's nothing after 1, so we can delete this. So 1, 1, and 3 somewhere. It could be these 3 or these 3, but in common they had these 2. So in this row we have 1 and 2. This has to be the 1, so we disconnect it from the rest. Now in this column we have our 2. We have 3, we can have at many places. Here. Here we had 3 and 1. This has to be 1, so we can disconnect it. And we don't know about that column. Good. This row, we cannot know anything. So this one has to be 1, 3, 1. The 3 can be, it cannot be these 3, because then we cannot have space and a 1. So we could have 1 here and space, and it could, the first one could be here and then here, or it could be here, here, here. But in common they have these 2. And then a space and 1, or these 3 and a space and 1. We don't know yet. But now in this column we have 1 and a 3. This 1 cannot be connected to anything. And there's nothing before 1, so we can delete this. And then we have our 3, that could be these 3 or these 3, but at least these 2. In this row we have 1, 2, 1 and 1, so this has to be 1. In this column we have 2, 3, 1, we have 2 here, we have 3 somewhere. We cannot have 3 before this one, so it has to be a part of the tree. So if it's a part of the tree could go here, it could go here, or it could go here. It cannot really go here because then we cannot have a space and one. So if we have one and a space, it could go here or here. So that has these two in common. Now we have our 2's in this row. We have our 2, so we disconnect them. We need 3 more. We can run 1. Yeah, we don't know about that. The tree here in this column, the tree here could be there or there, but it could not be this. In this row, we need 1, 3, 1, 1. This is part of the tree. The tree cannot be here. We have to have a 1 before. So the 1 has to be here and a space. And then we have our tree in a row, and a space. And then we have our last one now. So in this column, we have 1 and 3. The tree could be this one or this one, but not this one. In this column, we have 2, 2, 1. The 2 here, and 1 somewhere down here. So we have our second 2 here. So it cannot be this one and this one. And we have our first 2 here. So 2, 2, and 1 somewhere down here. In this column, we need 3 and 1. There cannot be 3 in this one. So they could be here. In this column, we need 3 and 1. It could be like this and this, or these 2. Or these 2, but it cannot be this one. So 3 and 1, 2 and 3, we cannot decide that yet. If we have 1 here, can we have space and 3 and space and 1? Yes. So we cannot decide that one yet. Oh, here we have a 4, and we have 4. If we choose this one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We only need 4, so they cannot be connected. So we disconnect them. So the 4 here has to be here, and this 4 here has to go this way. And in this row, we only have 2 and 1, and this has to be 1. So we disconnect that. 2, 1, and 1, and it cannot be this then. In this row we have 1, and maybe 1 and a space, and 1, 1, 1, 1, 3. We could have 2 here, space 1. Yeah, we don't know this yet. In this column, we have our 3, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, so we can delete the last one here. Here we have an 8 and a 7. They cannot be connected. And the 8 here we have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 1 more, so only one of these. Only one of these. Yeah, we don't know yet. this row we need 1 and 2, so two of these has to be selected. That means at least this one. So now in this column we have 2 and 3 somewhere, but our 2 are marked, so we delete this one. We cannot conclude anything about this row yet. Here we have 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 2, 1, 1, 1. This has to be marked. So in this column, can we conclude anything here? Does these two has to be connected? Yeah, they have. This cannot be 1 and this cannot be the 3 then, because if this is the 3, it has to go up here, and we cannot have the 1 before 3. So they are part of the same trio here. So it's that one, and we disconnect them for the rest. The first one has to be up here somewhere, and the last one has to be down here. Now in this row we have 1 and 2. We only need to mark this one then. Here we have 3 and 1. The 1 is here, the 3 is somewhere here. It could be this one or this one, but not this one. In this row we have 1, 2, 1, 1. The first one here, the last one here, and then a 2 is somewhere here. Yeah, it has to be here actually. So we can delete the rest, right? Here we have 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. So this one has to go. It has to be there, and one of these. So if one of these, it means 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have to go here. No, we don't have. Yeah, we have to go here to get 5. But because we have 3 in this column, it cannot be. One of these two cannot be this one, so we delete this one, and then it has to be this one, because it's the last one in this row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it cannot be connected here or here, because then there would be more than 5. So here we have the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then delete. In this row we have a trio here. We have 1, 1, and we need a 1 here. So this column 2, 3, 1, it's all fulfilled. So we delete this one. So now we know in this row that this one is the first one, and we need 1 here and 1 here. Here we have 1, 2, 1, and 1. So now in this column we have our 2 and we have our 3s, and we can delete this one. In this column we need 3 and 1. We just need to mark this one, and we have them. And so we have our 5 here. So we disconnect them here. And then in this column we need 1, 3, 1. The 1 is here. one is here somewhere. We have our columns here. We need one here somewhere. We have 2, 2, 1. We need to mark this one. So in this row we have 1, 1. We disconnected here, and it's this one. So in this column we have 1, 3, and 1. So we disconnect here. Here we need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we need to remove one more. Well, in this column we need 5. We have 4. We mark it. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need to delete this one.